Okay, so I want to expound on this idea of radical responsibility. Because in my other video, I was talking about how I picked up trash that wasn't mine. And by doing that, taking that radical responsibility for someone else's mistake or someone else's wrongdoing that they did, something that I didn't agree with. Well, instead of putting the responsibility on them, but instead of putting the blame on them, I just take responsibility for it. And taking that responsibility and just choosing to own up to the world, because ultimately this world is your creation, the way that you see it, the way that you do it, and the things that you think and what you attract. Because the external is a projection of the internal. We create what we are. We create our life in the way that we are and the way that we respond, or rather life responds to us, how we act and what we put out there. And so if I'm putting off blame and guilt and you did this and why should I have to take care of it? Like, that's all you're ever going to get back to you. That's all you're ever going to get, because that's how you see the world. And you know that, or you feel rather, that this is the way the world is. People are selfish and greedy and they leave trash everywhere. And I'm always the one who has to deal with it. Then that's exactly the only other situation that will ever happen in your life. But if you see the world as like, oh, this is beautiful, I see this mess and I get to help clean it up because I think it deserves just that much. And you see what a mindset shift that is? It's completely eliminating the negative thought patterns and twisting it into a positive light, because now I'm not walking around in disbelief of how someone could litter and being angry, but now I get to walk with love, pride, and gratitude that I was there to pick it up and restore it back to its natural beauty. I don't know, I'm just telling you guys, like, there is something to being able to start to become aware, one, of these negative thoughts that pass through our mind, but two, once you're aware of them, now you can start to see that you are not them and they are not you. You're separate from your thoughts, and so you don't have to choose to accept those thoughts. You can choose the positive ones, and when you choose the positive ones and you let no negative thoughts come out, your entire world can change. It's crazy. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried that, if you haven't even like had that thought of like, oh, how many negative thoughts do I actually think in a day? Like, oh, is that negative or is that positive? And when you start asking yourself that question, you become aware. It starts to surprise you how many negative thoughts we actually have. I would say that I had 75 to 80% negative thoughts and 20% positive thoughts. But when I can kind of get in control and master which thoughts I'm going to have, it's a exhilarating experience. It is fun to be here.